Hey there, hello everybody, how you doing? You're welcome to another video on the Ugwamari Football channel. So we'll dive right straight into it. But don't worry, I won't be that guy that wears sunglasses inside and I will spin my hat around the right way. So let's begin. I have three things to discuss today, or rather two things to discuss today. First, a quick review of the Nigeria versus Mozambique game that was played Monday. Now, the game wasn't so impressive, ended up being a 3-2 win. There are some positive parts about the game, and that they pressed a bit more, but still the same old problems persist. And I was happy, before I go to the negative parts of the game, I was happy that Samuel Chukwueze didn't get to start, didn't get to start because no, and you could see the difference with Simon Moses starting on the wings. You could see him running at players, putting balls into the box, being more of a team player than Samuel Chukwueze, um, what has been in previous games, not just the game versus Saudi Arabia, but other Nations Cup qualifying games as well. Now, um, that's a positive. Now for the negatives, which were a lot. In addition, positive 1-3-2, but actually felt like a draw, or even a loss to me. Now, Francis Uzoho dropped another clanger again. Another error, considered another very soft goal. We're talking of soft, we're talking of cotton wool soft, we're talking of soft. Because how he considered goal, cross comes in, I don't think it was even really a shot or anything. The ball just literally went like this, tip across the goal line, and that was a goal. And that's something that another negative as well was I think the Mozambican team went a man down, and even when they had gone a man down, they were still possessing the ball better than Nigeria, using the ball better than the Super Eagles, and that was just an embarrassing thing to see. Was such an embarrassing thing to see. I know, um, what's his name now? The coach, Jose Pesero, tried to tweak a bit and moved Simon Moses to the midfield, things like that. That was fine to tweak the game that way, but I would have just gone with the 4-3-3 as opposed to that 4-4-2 or 4-2-2-2 formation that he loved playing. So for me, the game wasn't really that much to talk about in terms of um, performance. I would say good to be back to winning ways, and something again to point out. This seems to be like a global trend. The officiating was absolutely rubbish. To be fair, it was absolutely rubbish. Um, and the Super Eagles should have got a penalty. The referee, for whatever reason, didn't give the penalty. And then even the red card Nigeria that was given in Nigeria's favor was against the Mozambican defender. I have the feeling that it should have been a yellow because I think uh, Terry Murphy, I think he was fouled, was still a ways away, and there was another defender alongside him. So I was thinking there should have been a yellow card at the most because it wasn't a clear goal scoring opportunity, in my opinion. So, and that quick review, I think, and after the game, the next game, I think, in the next international break would be the World Cup. I think is that either up before the Nations Cup or after before the Nations Cup. Then I think it's the Lesotho game, which is a World Cup qualifier. The Nations Cup comes up. That's in January, and then as an offshoot of the Saudi Arabia game, hearing some issues about Victor Osimhen, who missed out on the game versus Mozambique that was played on Monday, that he's will be out for some time. Not too sure, so don't want to speculate so much about it. But what I would like to say, hope he comes back soon. Hope the injury is not too serious, and my thoughts and prayers goes out to Victor Osimhen and wishing him a speedy recovery. Now, this leads us nicely into um, the next topic. Three players that the Super Eagles need to complete the squad. because in the Mozambique game, the same problems, the same issues reared their heads up. No one in the midfield who's capable of controlling the game. No one in the midfield who is able to create from the midfield, giving passes through. I know Iwobi came in later on in the second half and tried a bit, but there's no one in the midfield who was able to create from the midfield. And then I think indeed he needs competition. He really does need competition. So these three players I would mention, I think, who complete the Nigerian squad because the squad isn't really that far off. You have top strikers like Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface. Those are the two sort of leading lights. And then you have your Terry Murphy, Taiwo Awoniyi. I think that's second tier. And then for the fourth tier, you might have Sadiq Umar to the second, to the third tier of strikers. So in the striking department, no problem. But for the wing, Sam Moses, he tried, he really did try. He showed his effort. Sort of would say, have him ahead of Samuel Chukwueze anytime, any day. But there was still something lacking. Some of his balls were into the box weren't quite accurate. They were missing their mind a lot of times. And some crosses that I felt they were easy crosses, kept missing the mark. So for me, I think we need to get some players in. Now, I'll mention these players and some people might say it's ambitious. For me, I don't feel it's ambitious. I feel it's quite gettable. They're quite gettable if the Nigerian Football Association do, the Football Federation, as the NFF, do what they have to do and sort of put their acts together and be serious about this. Because for me, I feel Nigeria should go out to get these three players. And the first one on this list should be who is Michael Olise. Now he's eligible to play for France and Algeria as well as eligible to play for Nigeria. Obviously, his name Olise eligible to play for Nigeria. So, and I think he's eligible to play for England as well. Not too sure, but I know he's eligible to play for Algeria, France, maybe England. Not too sure about that, but he's definitely eligible to play for the Super Eagles. So I'm thinking the NFF should approach this guy, approach him because he will be a game changer. He will be a game changer, especially with the that Victor Osimhen is in, and not just Victor Osimhen, the quality of strikers that you have. Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface, Taiwo Awoniyi, strikers who are powerful, fast, powerful, and tremendous in the air. So we should be taking advantage of this and putting balls in the box for strikers to finish up and people who are assist first. That's the problem I have with Chukwueze. He's not an assist first winger. He's a winger that goes for goal too often. And he's not even pretty, he's not productive when it comes to scoring goals. He's not lethal. He's not clinical. So he keeps on going for a shot when he should pass or when he should cross. And right now in modern football, contemporary football, that just wouldn't cut it. You must produce your GA. Either you're scoring goals or you're assisting goals or you're doing both. You can't be doing neither. So for me, I feel Michael Olise should be brought into the team. Even if it means the NFF getting all the big hitters and going to London, getting to meet his family, speaking with them, get Michael Olise in because he would have so much fun with Victor Osimhen and Victor Boniface as well because it will be passes and crosses and he has that magic element about him because for me I wanted Chelsea to sign him but for some reason the deal sort of fell through for whatever reason. That's for Crystal Palace and the rest, and for Chelsea to sort out. Hopefully, Chelsea goes in for him next window. But that's a different discussion for another day. But Michael Olise, he brings in that star quality, that creative quality, where he dribbles, he can dribble, he can unlock defenses by himself. He has an eye for a pass, and he's a willing passer. It's one thing to have an eye for your pass, and then it's another thing to be a willing passer of the ball. You have to hold the ball, dribble a lot, take a long time to get the balls in to the right places at the right time. And that's one problem Victor Osimhen has. Some people when they watch games, they say, "Oh, Victor Osimhen has scores a lot for Napoli." Comes to Nigeria, he scores, but not as much as he should score. The question is, look how he serviced in at Napoli, and look how he serviced for the Super Eagles. So Michael Olise will be someone that will be able to change that trajectory. He will be able to find Victor Osimhen, find Boniface, and as well as unlocking defenses. Because when you have someone that can run at players, commit them, so you have two, three players being dragged to mark him, and then the whole field opens up. So for me, Michael Olise is the first one that should come in to the Nigerian Super Eagles team, and I think he would indeed make this squad a lot different. Hopefully for a Nations Cup, and hopefully we get him in for the Nations Cup game, or maybe for the next World Cup qualifying game. And then the next for me on the list, I know I've mentioned Victor Leto in the last video. Victor Leto will be some player I want us to get in, but as well, Leslie Ugochukwu should be got in as well. He's at Chelsea. He's eligible to play for France and eligible to play for Nigeria. And there's something that I noticed as well in the midfield. Nigeria lacks size. The Super Eagles lack size in the midfield. Most of the midfielders, apart from Ndidi, who is a bit tallish, they're all diminutive. We need someone who's big. And Leslie Kuchka, I think, is 6'3, 6'2, 6'3. I think he's big enough. And he has this quality of distributing the passes, at least in the back line. Get the ball off the defenders and, spread the passes to the more creative players. That may seem like such a simple task, but believe you me, that is not simple because that's not something that readily comes to the mind of players. And like I said, Ndidi has been a faithful of servant to the national team, but you need competition. You need people that when the player looks at, he knows, okay, this player is coming to take my spot, you know, and who knows, this might be the last Nations Cup for India. You never can tell. So you need someone who's young, who's coming up, that can challenge him and make him do his best. Or if he can't cope up with the competition, we have another wonderful player playing in. So we need to get that strength in the midfield because that's where the bulk of Nigeria's problem is. The Super Eagles. That's where the bulk of their problem is. The inability to control the midfield. Because even the game against Mozambique, the Mozambicans were a man down, and were still controlling the midfield, passing the ball around, possessing the ball comfortably. So Leslie Gochukwu is the next person that should be coming in to complete the squad. And then the last person, for me, I feel, the last player on my list would be very important because he would help the team change its formation to the sort of the prototypical formation that the Super Eagles have been known for years, and that is 4-3-3. Two holding midfielders and a number 10, and then two wingers. And his name is Kani Chukwuemeka. Kani Chukwuemeka. That's it. So he's number 10, run with speed, dribbles, skills on the ball, powerful player. I think he should be the number 10. So that Chelsea player as well. And he's eligible to play for Austria and eligible to play for England as well. So I think he should be brought into the team as well. And I know many people will be saying, "Oh, can Nigeria really compete with like England and the likes to for the services of these players?" Yes, I think Nigeria can if the administrators are serious about this. Because one thing I always say about football, about national team football, over over the years, over time, it's become like club football in that you have a wide pool of players you can go for. And if you look at and as a player, you have to look at the sort of the squad of a team that you want to play for, of the national team that you want to play for. There's one thing they tell you: count on yourself, believe in yourself, you can make it, and that's good. But sometimes you look at it and ask yourself, can I really play in this team with the amount, like for instance, England, Jude Bellingham, there's no one that's going to play Jude Bellingham. It's not going to happen. Same thing for France. Chouameni, I think he's 22. How old is he? Still early 20s. He's not going to be benched for Leslie Ugochukwu. That's not going to happen. Now, even in France, you have Colomani, you have Mbappe, you have Bakola. They're not going to drop these guys for Michael Olise. Or what could likely happen would be to get them sort of cap tied, where they give them enough caps to ensure that I'm able to play for another national team. And Nigeria needs these players. Like I said when I was talking about Victor Eletu, if it was a time where the midfield was stacked, you have all these great midfielders, dominating in the team, then you say, okay, we can't have everybody who is eligible to play for the Super Eagles play for the squad. We're blessed in the midfield, but the midfield is weak, so weak that the coach has had to adopt this 4-2-2 formation. The midfield is so weak. So for me, Leslie Ugochukwu should find a way to get him in, get Chukwuemeka in, and as well as getting Michael Olise into the squad. So let me know what you think. Put your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. And let me know. Do you think it's a good idea to have these players, playing in the Super Eagles, or you feel differently? Let me know. And also smash that subscribe button, smash the like button, and to share this video. And with that, I'm coming towards the end of today's video. And keep your eyes peeled for the Chelsea vs Arsenal preview coming shortly. I think that should be coming up tomorrow. The game is for Saturday, and let's see how it goes. So that's it from me, and see you again on yet another video.